Hello, hello, Rhoda here. Welcome to my craft room. Today we're working on more of the school journal. I apologize for the last video where it cut off. My battery died on my phone. I did two videos back to back. Did not think that was going to run out of juice, but I did. All right. Well, thank you everybody for coming to visit. Here's a simple little thing for the sneaky peek. Uh, this is what they call a matchbook pocket. And they're very easy. They're just, you can use them with, make them with all these scraps of paper that you've got lying around. This one's been in here so long I can't get it to come out. There we go. All right. So I have a little butterfly on the top that has some glossy accents on it. That's why it's so shiny. These were some typewriter keys that was in one of my old paper pads I killed, and this was some paper that I had in an old paper pad, and just some scraps. That's all you have to have, a few scraps and a focal, and that's all you need. And then they're very easy to glue. You just kind of fold it up like a double C or whatever, and then you only glue the very tip down here and then down there, and that's why you're able to slide that in. You can sew the signatures in. You can glue them in. There's even ways to staple them in. You can actually staple them at the base down here. Instead of doing the glue technique, you can staple right there near the bottom. And that keeps that little fold there that keeps the flap down. And it'll put the papers in there. So you'd put the head of your little signature down in there instead. And yeah, there's various ways to make these. I think they're really, really cute. A really smart little addition to your journal. What we're going to do is probably finish the blackboard. And then we're going to work on the bus. Yeah, I'm heading for the bus there. Where did I put it? Oh, it's over here. Oh, I'm still just not together. Okay, so I had history, health, music. Those are in gold, so I think I'm going to use these on the blackboard. These are like that silver psychedelic color. I may use those later on, but at the moment, I'll put them to the side. And as you can see, I cut my boards. They're not very brown. They're mostly black. So I'm going to set this behind me. Now with this, I have where is it? I have a distress crayon in here, gathered twigs. And what I did is, because that was still very white around the outside edge, where it didn't fade off like I wanted it to. Only a few little patches in here did it. So I just took this and just rubbed it on there. I didn't put no water on it, nothing. I just kind of put it just like that. See that big patch I just did? And then I just kind of rubbed it. And it kind of helps hide that edge. And I was okay with a little bit of it being white kind of in there. Like, that's all you got to do. These are great. I mean, and then you can put a little water in your finger and take some of it off if you think you put too much on there. I put a little bit right there. And as you can see, I put my graffiti definition right there. But yeah, that's how I'm probably going to do a collage of some type also on here. This was just one of the layers. So don't give up on that. There's more to it. All right, so here is what we're going to do. And I'm going to do my rub-ons or stickers. I think they're stickers, actually. So we're just going to take a few of these and put them on there. Like, I'm going to put history right there. Do I think that sticks out? Oh, yeah, sticks out good. Okay, history. We'll do history, science, and English. How about that? All right, get started there. I've been playing with all kinds of stuff this morning. I got inspired. My words and pictures lady did a group of tags that, oh, I love them because they had the crackle on them. And I love the concept that she got but she only did a couple layers, and then she was going to build on it, but she did them as a rust. After the crackle dried, she showed how she put a little bit of spray on there, and then she, am I going to have to cut anything down? I think I cut these. Okay. She put a little hickory smoke spray on there, and then she showed how she took a damp paper towel and she lifted off a good bit of that. So I really enjoyed seeing how she did that, and I liked how it turned out, and I'm going to probably try it as a mixed media technique, you know, probably maybe for some tags for this journal. I just might do that. Okay, I think this was the other one for over here. And I had, I think I made another little journal for the shop, so I'll be showing you that at the end. It's ocean, or I guess you could call it ocean. It has a few little sea creatures I put in there, but mostly it was a beach digital that I had from a jewel design on Etsy. I had used it before to make a journal with. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to figure out how to cut this. Maybe I'm going to turn it that way. That's what I'll do. I kind of wanted that to stick out a little bit on each side, though. Yeah, so it was a jewel design on Etsy, and it was Retro Seaside, I believe is what it's called. And so I did that, put that together, and I must have used some blue construction, not, what am I trying to say? The paper that's heavier than regular copy paper. I can't even remember what you call it. Oh, I've been working too hard this morning. It's cardstock. All right, so I pulled some pretty blue cardstock out, and I must have put it in this journal just to have a few more pages and some strength to it. So I had some strips left over, so I needed to do something with those. You know how I am. I gotta use it up. So I made some tags, and I'll be showing those to you too. They're very interesting. Oh my goodness. All right. And I made some tape. You know, everybody's doing that cello tape or whatever it is. Well, I had bought a pack of 3 browns of the alcohol inks just to play with them a little bit and kind of learn. I didn't want to get into all of that stuff that you have to have for alcohol inks. I just wanted to experiment. So I did some tape, and I'll be showing that to you here in a little bit because I might be using some of that in here because it's yeah, it's really interesting the way it turned out. I mean, I didn't want to get into like the mixer and all of those other things that you can put into the mix. I didn't want to mess with all of that right now because I don't know if I want to get into it. I thought there was different techniques and elements that I could add to my journals and pieces of things without having all that right up front, you know. All right, I think that's a number 8. This is a jelly roll pen, and I wanted to have the look of a piece of chalk down here. I don't know about the eraser. I'll probably cut that out of a piece of brown and set that on here. But I thought I'd have a big old, well, I don't know if it's going to go on here. Because I might have to cut it out of a piece of white paper because this has got like a smooth texture to it. And it's not taking that very well. All right, I fixed that issue. So if at first you don't succeed, try again. And we just got us a little piece of scrap out of the trash can. And we're going to put our piece of chalk right there. And like I said, I need a little piece of brown. All right, I pulled me a couple more scraps out of the trash can. And I'm going to see if I can make a little eraser. I don't know how well this is going to turn out. Okay, so I know it's got like a little black foamy whatever bottom on it. So, and then it's got like a brown top, which was usually wood, I guess. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to round it a little bit on the top edge. And see if that will pass for an eraser. I think I did a little too much rounding on that one. Is that what it looks like? All right, let me... go at a little bit of an angle. I'm giving a little bit more interest here. All right, let's see. Does that look like an eraser? I think if I flatten the top, it might pass. Okay. I think it might pass. What do you think? I really hope everyone is getting out and enjoying some sunshine, getting some good old vitamin D. But if you're not, I hope you're able to look out and see a beautiful view. I did a beautiful view out there while I was hanging the clothes. Plus, I'm doing some more. Remember, I have more of that cherry Kool-Aid that I did the papers with the other day. Well, I'm doing another batch. Okay, so I believe this is done. This needs to go back in the book. And I think it was right there. And that's done for now. And yeah, I might come back. I don't know. Maybe I can get some white distress paint. But I thought maybe I could do like some scribbles or something on there. Or I don't know if I could use any heat embossing type of things on that. I don't know if it'll take it. Okay, so here's the bus. Here's my ideas for the bus. All right, remember we did the little film strip the other day where we have the little kids riding on the bus, and then that's the windows, of course. And then I made, out of one of Tim Holtz's paper things, I did sort of a rounded looking bus. So that's what I've got for that. Now this is silver for the, what did I get that for? To go down the side or something? I don't know. Where's my pencil? There it is. So, and then this came out of a map? Oh, let me find it. I use this a lot. Uncharted, I'm sorry. It's Uncharted. Got that at Hobby Lobby. It's a great little kit. Like I was telling you before, if you just need a journal card for something to stick in that's got an interesting look to it, you could add a paper doll to it. You could add like a sentiment, and boom, you got a journal card. But I'll use it a lot of times for backgrounds, and I thought this kind of yellow really, really looks like a bus. So we're going to take and put that on here. I don't know if anybody would want me to try to put this template on my Rhoda's Junk page for you to use. I guess let me know. I need to make some wheels. I'm trying to figure out where to put this piece right here. That's part of my fender, I guess. All right, well, let me cut this out real quick and see what we got. I'm going to also ink around it. This is just kind of, I know back then they had a lot of the rounded type of vehicles and such. So I thought this might look like it fit in the time period. I meant to look one up, and I didn't. I think maybe I was going to do some silver trim or something on this bus. That's why I pulled out that piece of silver. If they were like ours, they had some little bit of black, like a black line that went down the side. Our bus was number 116. We rode on that bus. We always had like a young driver most of the time. So they flew. They were flying up the road. And I don't know if they got in trouble or something one time, and they replaced them with an older man. And yeah, he was our neighbor, I think. Yeah. He always was after me because I had that scoliosis, and he thought I was a wallflower or a delicate flower or something. I had him fooled. I was not that at all. All right, I think I need to put that right there. So we're going to put a little bit of glue. I don't know where I need to glue this thing, so I'm just going to glue it right there. Get that excess off. And then we'll get in here and see about inking it. I know that's the part you're waiting for, isn't it, Phyllis? Alright, that looks like it'll go together. And then I'm just going to take some vintage photo oxide up here. And we're going to... Is it dark enough? It might not be dark enough. Well, let's add that to it, and then we'll go over it with our scorched timber, because I know I want a really dark delineated edge on it. This was to go on a really dark page at that. So we'll have to see how that all works. So I don't know. I'm always making stuff up, you know, drawing things out and seeing how I could make something to go in a journal, as opposed to always just looking for digital, you know. I'm always just wanting to play around, see if I can get it to work. I guess it's kind of like on the line of liking puzzles. And I love puzzles. I have not done a jigsaw puzzle, and I don't know how long. I've got some in the basement, but we had this one we did. It was a bear head, a black bear head. That thing was so hard to do because it's all the same color. That bear was like, had a big old head. All right, let's see if I can. I got to figure out if I need some fenders or something on here as well. Okay, there's that. And I think I need some wheels. I do need some wheels. I did have this black line to go down the center under this. Is it looking more like a bus? I think I was going to cut that last one off. And yeah, I think I needed to do something here in the wheel well. So what I need to do is just put that little guy right there. Let's see if I can make a fender. Is it a fender I need, or is it a bumper? Maybe it was a bumper I thought I needed. Heck, let me do that. Yeah, I think that's what I need more than I need a fender, or whatever I just said. Yeah. Yeah, we'll just do like a little cutout right there. Go around the tip. Whoop, did I cut it? Well, let's try it again. What I'll usually do is, oh, that's perfect. So that needs to go on the back. And then I think I need one for the front. Did I do the wrong one? I did. Okay. That'll work. But that's, oh, it needs to be that way because it's for the front. All right, let's try it again. There. All right. Now, let's see about gluing our other parts of our vehicle on here. And this is there. Yeah, I guess it would be on top. Is that too long? That's too long. I'll get it together here in a minute. Okay. Who else does this? Kind of like peel around and try to create something out of paper. I love to do it. I love to make something out of paper. I do it all the time. I usually will do my little demos or my, practice guys out of paper, and then I'll see if I can make it work. All right. I think we might be done. And then I'm going to glue. I do need my wheels, that's right. I don't know if I need that. Does that look all right? We're going to leave it. Okay. Now, let me get... I have this real dark scrap left. And I got... Actually, that one might do better. That one has a pattern. But I got a 2-inch... No, 1.5. I'm sorry. A 1.5 punch there. And we're going to see if we can make a wheel. And because this is really thin paper, I'm going to go in and double it and see if that'll work. Oh, yep, did a good job. And then, oh, we need that again. We're going to go in. Nope, that's too big. Got all my circle punches back there. We need this 3/4 inch. And we're going to make us some hubcaps. There's my hubcap. Is that big enough? That's not big enough. Let's go back to this one. This is a 1 inch. Let's see how this one looks. Oh, much better. Yeah, much. It's still a little on the bigger side, but one's 1 and one is 3/4. I don't think you can get anywhere in between that. Oh. Okay, so let's glue these two together and have them ready. I think they're going to work all right. Now, the place that I always like to sit on the bus was the wheel well. I would always, that's like 4 or 5 from the back, because I was always short. If I didn't get the wheel well, my feet would drag or just hang, because I'm only like 4'10½". So, yeah, I always wanted to get it because it helped me. And I would sit there and read. I always had something. Anytime that I wasn't, when I was in a line, sitting still, whatever, I was reading. Because I didn't want to waste any time. Now this one, I think we're going to do like a shallow punch on the corner here. I think on both sides. And then we're going to cut this last one off because I need to have my door. And so I thought I could use this for the door, like the first 3. So we're going to cut that right here. And yeah, then it's going to be like that. I don't have a windshield, but I don't know. This is just kind of pretend. So let's go ahead and glue that down. Whoa. Let's see what we got. About right here. Make it straight. Look straight. Now, do I want some more of the, yeah. I want this also. Let me glue this down real quick. All right, so I glue that down to more of that silver foil. And we're going to put our door on here. And I don't have a front window. I don't know that I need one. I want to put that right there where it kind of matches. Yeah. There. And does that does that look enough like one? I did have this black line to go down the edge, like right there, and maybe continue on the front as well. I didn't want to have too much detail, but I wanted enough for it to look like a bus. Yeah. Let me cut that little piece off. And we'll go to the front. Let's see. Is that right here? Yeah, I think that would be right because it's right at the top of that fender. All right. Okay, now let's find the page that I wanted my bus on, and we're going to see if we can get it in there. Okay, I added a yellow and I inked around the outside of it on the wheels. I thought that silver was a little too much for the whole center of it. And this little piece that I just cut off of the front of my strip with the children, I'm actually going to put it right here for my window. And I think maybe right there is the perfect spot for it. I'm always twiddling with things. I'm not happy with them or don't think it looks right. So I'll keep adding or keep adjusting. Yeah, there we go. Because it needed a windshield or a window or something up there. All right, this is the part that has the bus. Okay, I decided to put it on this real dark page. Now, as you can see, the bus is a little longer. So I was trying to think how I wanted to do it. Do I want to cut it like right there between the little girl and the door and have it meeting each other on both sides of the page? I'm thinking of doing that because it wouldn't look right if I stuck it up sideways or anything like that. So let me cut this. Okay, I got that working right. And then I want to make sure, oh, that's the same color. The wheel is the same color as the background paper. Look at that. Well, I think I can fix that by putting a little extra scorched timber on there, making it a little darker. Yeah, I think that'll do it. That'll give me an outside edge that's really nice and dark. Okay. I think it'll do it. Now, we're going to go ahead and glue this down, but I'm going to make it a pocket. Did you see that coming? Nope, you didn't see that coming, did you? I'm going to make it a pocket. Right like that. Oop. Okay, so it's going to be right here, because the wheel is going to be like right there. Oops. I need to be a little further over. There. Okay. Get it to go down. I don't know. I'm I'm trying to make it sort of grungy, but I definitely wanted a school bus, so that's why I went with it. Some of you are probably saying, well, that's childish, but I don't know. I try to make it not very childish. I need to look this bus up and see if it's actually like... I'm going to go that way so that lines are in the right direction. Okay. Now this one is not going to be a pocket. I wonder if it could be a side tuck though. It might, yeah. Let's see. Because I'll have... No, I don't think there's enough there to be a side tuck. Let's just glue it on down. It did have some nice heavy-duty paper. Or layers to it, so... But that's alright. Now I want to get that just right. Right there. Okay. That's going to be in the seam. Do I want to move it over just a little bit? Let's see if I can. Oop. Let me re-glue it. I want it over just a little bit. So I'm right in that seam of the spine. Okay. I'm cooking an apple pie. I don't usually do apple pies, but I had some apples left over and I wanted to use them. Don't like to waste if I can help it. I think that'll do it. That's not quite in the ditch there. Well, it didn't seem to be, but it'll just have to work. All right. The wheel. What is that song the little kids sing? There's the wheel going round and round, round and round. Okay, there's the bus. It kind of looks good because it's on a page. It has the same kind of color scheme. Now, off screen, I also did these. Now, I just took a piece of that green file folder I had left over and a piece of my cutoff, and I did the stencil. And I did one for one of the chapters or signatures and one for another. So we need to find us a spot in the signature to glue that down and see where it would look good. Some of the colors on that one looks like they would work. Yeah, that might be the place I put it. And then I've got that page. I think I'll do it on this page. And then it's, like I said, it was going to be a side tuck. So I'm just going to glue it on the top and the bottom and the edge. And I already made a thumb pull for it. And I think I made them 8 inches. Did I make them 8 inches? Yeah, 8 1/4. So I have to adjust where I put it on the page here. There we go. Yeah, I inked them with the scorched timber because it was so nice and juicy. It went through that stencil so good. I needed that. because some of these don't go through a stencil very well. All right, so that's done. And of course it is a tuck, as you can see. Now that was the typewriter I had, and I haven't decided whether it's going to go in this book or not. So that's why it's kind of to the side. I do want to grab the other one. And, oh, is this the one that had my bus in it? I've got my bus tickets over here as well. I put them on blue. I don't know why, but, you know, do it like that where it says buses. And then this one has something about the Green Bus Company. I don't know. I might put that somewhere else. That might go somewhere else. It just, I liked it. Okay, that's going to go to the side. We need to figure out where to put this tuck. And I want the colors. I don't want to cover anything up, though, that I really want to keep. Oh, this I pulled out in the last video to go in here, and I thought it would go really well on this page. And then you got all these colors that kind of go with it. And it can be glued down to where it's also a pocket on the top or a pocket on the side. I think I'll do a pocket on the top. So we're going to put a nice bead of glue in a U-glue. Okay. Put that right on here. There. I kind of like the way the colors worked out here. And I know you didn't see it, but this has little papers inside of it. I got little papers from scrap, and I put it in there like they were actually little books. Okay, let's keep going. You know, that doesn't look bad right there. I like my edge up there. That's the only thing I wouldn't want to cover. I think we're going to put it there. Is it the right size? Yeah. Now I made them 8 1/4. And they're just a little bit smaller than this page. So they work just right. I need to get out there and check my papers and see if there's any more else of them dry. I did them in the tray out there, and then I'll pull the ones that's dried off the top portion and let the bottom ones get the sun then. That's usually how I work it. Okay, now here is my cello tape that I did with the alcohol inks. I had that piece that came off of the blackboard. Remember I said I was going to keep that? Well, I did. All I did was use this old packing tape or something that I don't even know what it is because there's nothing on the inside. But this is what it looks like right there. And I just kind of put them down on this one side, and they should peel right off, hopefully. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. Ah. We're going to be using some of that. Okay, if anyone would like to see me make this tape, although I'm sure you could see it on the internet, anywhere you want it on YouTube, I can show you. It's very simple. It's, you know, take me 10 minutes to show you, but I will, in case you want me to, I can do it at the end of a video. Now these were the blue, the pretty blue pieces of cardstock that I had left over. Now, this was a taller one, and I had two 12 inches that I cut into 6, and they're like 3.5 inches wide. And I used up all the rest of those words in the rubber ones, and I had these words that were like, I don't know what you call that. me and Jody Lewis were trying to figure out what these things were called. If that was like some kind of a, it was some kind of a gun, and you lined it up what letter you wanted, and you could spell out all kinds of stuff, and it peels off and it sticks. I keep wanting to say Zyron or Gymo or something like that. Anyhow, um, this one was the last of that one rub-on with the old-timey kind of stuff. Now, what you see in the background, when I made this journal with the digital from a Jewel Design, the ocean scenes, I had these two where I cut out her, and I cut out another page that had the umbrella and chair. And those were the ones that I used, and I just kind of ripped and stripped it. Like, that's the best one you can see it on. I just ripped and glued it down with some glue stick. And then I put whatever I had of my stickers and my rub-ons on here and just kind of filled it in. Now, I can also put a person on here if I wanted, one of the paper dolls. So I went and I took like the big whatever stickers here, and I kind of figured out what other words to put with it that went with these two. That was kind of the theme I went with. Like, that one had positive energy, so I have heart, spirit, hope, welcome. That was a lot of positive energy words. This one is express yourself, so happiness, joy, humor, wonder, kindness. And this is one of the images that was on here with this little lady. You'll see that once I flip through that. And then this one, control your destiny. I wasn't quite sure. I was just using whatever I had left over. I had trust, home, and thankful. So, yeah. And then here was one of the reels. I think, do I still have any more of those? I think this was the last one. So there was the Viewmaster reel. I have love and happiness. And then I had celebrate, share. It's an add to cart kind of day. And then I had the jewels. That was from that one rub-on pack, and so I thought that went there pretty good. So, I don't know what else I'll be doing to these. I'm sure there's something else I can add to them as I go down the line. I might just stick them in my little tote. And when I needed something in blues and maybe beach, I can do that. Maybe I'll put one in here. The way I did the closure... Now, if you're looking at the cover is actually, let me pull it out and show you. The cover is this. When we went on our cruise to Alaska in 2004, at the very last meal that we had there, because we always had the same people that waited on us and got our drinks for us and served our food, went back for seconds, whatever, they had this placemat down. And then when they got done, they signed it. So she signed mine and his. This one signed both of them. I don't remember this one. Oh, this was mine, the BBC. Okay, I'm not a drinker. I am not a drinker. But I did like wine coolers because they're sweet. Anything sweet I'm into. So... the one mixed drink that I've always loved is a pina colada. I love the pineapple, the coconut, the sweet. I used to drink pineapple juice instead of orange juice for breakfast. So this one lady must have been the one that always brought my BBC. And that was their version. It was Bailey's banana and colada mix. I think that's what it was. Well, anyway, beyond that, I don't even drink on New Year's. I usually fall asleep. So this was our placemat, and it's pretty sturdy. And I thought, hey, well, that's got the blues and the colors, the pinks. All of that was in there, so that's what I used. I just did 2 eyelets and made like a little tie to close, and that's it. They could use this as a travel journal. It could be just a little journal through the summer. It was whatever they wanted to be. But this was the cutest little girl, holding those 2 little starfish up to her face. I cut the little seagull out so he was here. I think there's another one. I thought there was one on here somewhere, but I don't see it. But you can see the Carnival cruise ship in the background. Almost see the word. And I had these little stickers from the Dollar Tree and put them throughout here as well. So it was sort of a blend. Now, I made one great big old pocket right here on the front and the back. Now, when I put these eyelets in, they cracked. I don't know why. But if you have a really rough eyelet bottom like that, I took this Eileen's. You could take your Beverly Arts. You could take Elmer's glue. Whatever kind of glue that's wet. And you just rub it around there. And it sinks into all those little crevices. And it smooths it out. So, fix that problem. Now, here's the beach chair from the front. And I cut that out. Had a few shells. This background was like the background you could put on all of them if you chose. I put a little seahorse here. This was some of my Rit dyeing that I did. I don't know. I think that was through the winter. But I love this shade. And I put a doily on there. That's why you can see just a little bit of some kind of a texture. It didn't do too well, but it did all right. I had one mermaid tail left over from when I did the mermaid journal. And then I put one of these little shells here. Now here is that cardstock I was talking about for some sturdiness and to give a few more pages and that kind of thing. So, and I think I did this one upside down, but it's all right. I got a sea turtle there. She had lighthouses throughout this kit. Now, this is one of the pages where you could write on it. This one here, I just did like a flip out. So you could put something in here if you wanted to. So that's how that is. Maybe that's where I'll put my... Because I don't really have any pockets in here. I might need to do some pockets. But I always put one of these in all my journals. So in case they want to watch me or see me do stuff, talk about the journal they bought. But there's two places to tuck right there. And then here was one of my fall harvesty colors that I had, but it kind of blended really well with these. Some of these tones that's here. There's the little girl with the seashells and another turtle. I put some yellow in here. There's the two pieces on the front and back cover. I thought they made a good centerfold. There's that lady that you saw on my tags over here. And then I put a little whale there. There was another lighthouse. I love this lighthouse. Another whale. That was the other side of my denim dyed paper. And then there's a seat. That's the seagull put on the front. And then here's the back pocket. Yeah, I think I need a couple pockets in there. I'll have to work on that. Okay. And then it just ties shut. All you got to do is run your thread through here. And then through here. It almost didn't need a tie, but I thought, yeah, let me get in there and do one. So I got to get back in there. Okay, well, I really appreciate you coming. Like I said, let me know if you need to see me doing this. And we'll get back into some other little project here for the next class period. Everybody, all my subscribers and viewers, you all take care, and I'll see you again. Bye-bye.